Hey, everybody, welcome to week number 4. We're going to take a quick look at what's happening this week and see what tools you will need to work successfully. All right, let's take a look first at the schedule. As usual, in week 4, we are starting the technical writing part of professional and technical writing. So this week, you're going to be choosing a concentration to help you kind of navigate the tech writing stuff. Basically, technical writing is something that occurs in every field in the world. And I want you to do something that is relevant to you and your own interests. So we're going to be thinking about that this week. Now, if you also wanted to resubmit your experience and interest inventory, this is the week to do that. So you notice that's on the schedule here. And then the only new assignment this week is the technical concentration quiz, which again will help you to navigate what you want to do for your technical documents. So this week we are looking at chapter 4 in the writing definitions, which is about writing definitions. We are also looking at writing reports all the way between those two pieces, and then writing proposals. All of our technical documents are going to have their own special needs. So we're doing a little reading about a lot of different things this week. And then we're going to parlay that into the tech documents coming up in week 5. So let's take a look at the module. In week 4, there's a link, of course, to the textbook where you will read chapter 4 and go through writing reports. Then you'll kind of skip ahead a little bit and look at writing proposals. The upcoming assignment is linked here, and we're going to review that in a second, because you want to begin thinking about what you want to use as a focus for your documents, and your quiz is going to help with that. The technical writing materials, of course, are linked here as well, so make sure that you open and go through those. And then, of course, it will be time for the assignments, which if you go forward, you'll notice that the technical concentration quiz is the only thing that is officially due this week. So feel free to navigate that. I'm going to open the technical documents portfolio assignment, though, because this is something, again, that's going to help you prepare for that quiz, but also think about what you want to start next week. So the goal of this assignment is for students to develop a comprehensive portfolio of technical documents in a field of their choosing. This project aims to enhance your technical writing skills, demonstrate your understanding of document design and audience analysis, and showcase your ability to communicate complex information effectively. The biggest thing that I want you to keep in mind, part of the problem with the name even, is that when we think of technical, we think of computers. And technical writing is not necessarily focused on technology. Technical writing is anything that supports a workplace or think about work manuals. Think about, even in your current jobs, is there a manual somewhere on how to run the cash register? Is there a manual about, how to process a return, whatever the case may be? Those are technical writing. Anything that outlines how to do a particular job or what takes place during that particular thing is a technical, it's a piece of tech writing. So you're going to choose something that is relevant to you, whether it be what you want to major in or even a hobby or an interest, which is why I had you kind of expand on that in your experience and interest portfolio, not just work experience or not just what you want to do for a living, but also, oh, excuse me. Anything that you might be interested in is something that you could write technical documents about. So select a specific field or industry of interest where technical documentation plays a crucial role. This could be anything from technology and healthcare to engineering or environmental science. It could be education. It literally can be anything. This should be an area of interest for you, but does not have to be the field in which you plan to work. You could concentrate instead on one of your hobbies or interests. Here are some possibilities, and I've got a nice long list for you: business, accounting, criminal justice, elementary or secondary or higher education, skydiving. There's a lot of cool things you can do with skydiving. Hiking, health and fitness, yoga, the music industry, photography, social media creation, engineering, aviation, archaeology, culinary arts, supply chain, quilting, knitting, filmmaking, mechanics, computer technology, nursing, medicine, legal studies, etc. It literally can be anything. Now, you may want to choose something that you are already somewhat engaged in, which is why I think you might want to lean towards hobbies and interests. For example, if you plan on becoming a structural engineer, the chances of being able to create a true tech writing document in advanced engineering or aviation now are slim to zero, right? But you can definitely do research on these things, and you can definitely go into that sort of area. You're just going to want to think about, okay, who am I writing this for? And we're going to talk about that audience as well. You are going to identify your primary audience. Consider their background, knowledge level, and specific needs. Tailor your documents to effectively communicate with this audience. So if you were really writing a technical document about aviation, for example, your audience would likely be other workers in the aviation field. It could be people who are building planes. It could be people who are flying planes. But we probably are not going to be able to write a document that is going to be aimed at that particular audience. So you're going to, but you can still pursue that aviation stuff. You just need to identify a target audience that you could write for. So for example, if you know a lot about planes or want to do research about planes, you could identify your audience as school kids who are interested in aviation, or a group or a club that's interested in learning about the history of aviation. It literally can be anything. There are going to be a number of document types to choose from, and you're going to have 3 or more tech documents in your portfolio amongst these. So they can be definitions, descriptions, different kinds of instructions, like how to operate something or how to make something. There's different ways of doing instructions. Could be things like user manuals, technical specifications, like if you're going to build your own computer, these are the things that you will need. Process documents, the literal how to put this thing together. It could even be something like safety guidelines or training materials. So you're for sure going to have probably a definition type thing where you're defining a term or a concept that is used in that field. You're probably going to have a description, which is typically going to focus on a piece of equipment. And then the last one is probably going to be some type of instruction. They could all 3 be instructions. That it's fine. But they need to be 3 different types of technical documents from this list. You're next going to create your original documents, develop original tech documents for each chosen type, ensure that each document is well researched, accurate, and demonstrates your ability to convey complex information in a clear and concise manner. This is definitely going to need some design and formatting choices. It is very much, it is an APA document, but it is also a document that you might see professionally. So you want to use visuals, you want to use headings and subheadings, other formatting elements to enhance readability, maybe some tables, maybe some charts, maybe some graphs. Ensure a consistent style throughout your portfolio. So for example, in one document, you wouldn't use Times New Roman, and the next document you choose to use Calibri. Like, you would want the things to be consistent throughout the portfolio, even though these are technically different pieces. It's kind of the same thing we're doing right now with the professional documents, where this is one kind of business letter, this is another kind of business letter, but we're putting them in the same document. So it's kind of that same process. ensure consistent style throughout. This should be an APA document. So you are going to have a cover page. You are going to have a table of contents for sure this time. Visuals are required and a reference page. Now, the documents themselves may not look like an APA paper with double spacing and whatever. They are going to have headings. They're going to have subheadings. They're going to have built-in figures with the visuals and things like that. You are going to want to create them using the tools within Word to create figures and tables and all of the things. These are professional documents. Finally, you're going to provide context, include a brief introduction that introduces or outlines the chosen field, the purpose of each document, and the specific needs of your target audience. So right after the table of contents and before the 3 documents, there will be a context section, introduction section. And at the end, before your references page, you will have a reflective statement explaining the rationale behind your document choices, the challenges faced during the creation process, and how you address them. So was it hard to find information? What did you do to get information? It can literally be about the process of making the portfolio. And then, of course, just like with the last one, once you get your grade and feedback, you can revise it and turn it in for up to 20 additional points. So there's the rubric. And that is something we're officially starting next week, but you are going to be doing some pre-writing for it this week through the quiz, and we'll be needing to make some choices. I will provide you with a document that will help you see what it will look like and envision it. So be on the lookout for that as well. That's it this week. So really the only thing that is due is the quiz, but if you are going to resubmit your interest in experience portfolio this week, it needs to be done as well. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a lovely week 4. Take care, everybody.